Okay, 8amtrader.com. After using the 8am Trader system, I said I'd post some videos post using the system. Haven't done one for a couple of weeks actually, just because of work commitments, things changing because of COVID opening up. But here I want to show the power of being able to spot a trend and working within that trend. I think a lot of people at the very beginning they either get very, very caught up in all of the signals and all of the indicators that you can possibly apply, and it can become very, very messy, or they try and eyeball the charts and just go from there. And I think probably the optimum is something in the middle, something relatively simple, but at the same time something graphical and overlay. Not really a big fan of stochastics and things that sit at the bottom of the chart, MACDs and various histograms. I think it's much easier to see the price working within a certain framework. So put these trend lines up here, and just watching this at the moment, you can see there's definitely a trend upwards. So the logical thing is to get the price as it's moving upwards, but from a relatively cheap position. So all set up, you can see that actually the price is already extended beyond, let me just move this, extended beyond the tram lines that I've just drawn. So all I'm going to do is sit this out now and watch and wait for the price to come back inside those tram lines, and there's a bit of judgment, there always is, but ideally come round to about this sort of level here, in the middle. No guarantee it's going to go to the bottom tram line, and if it does, that might be a breakout to the downside. So there's always an element of risk, there's always an element of gambling, but the speed with which the price reaches that central point, or if it looks like it's going to go past, is possibly an indicator that suddenly there are sellers starting to enter the market and starting to take control. So got to be patient, sit this one out and wait and see if the price comes down to just about here. Might need to extend the line slightly, but that's what I'm waiting for, just around about this level, and it's starting to edge down again. The fact that it went above and outside of those tram lines probably indicates it will probably come back down again, because you can only overextend so much. Anybody who's looked at moving averages, and there are good ways of making money with moving averages, but you've got to be very patient, and you've also got to be very diligent, and you've got to have quite a lot of time on your hands to make money consistently with moving averages. But I do believe it can be done. But price and moving averages always eventually meet again. They always do. They have to, mathematically. The price can't just keep extending away from a moving average, whether it's in the upwards or the downwards direction. So the price here as well won't extend, I don't think. You can see it's quite slow, actually, the market, compared to the relatively violent movements at 8 o'clock. Okay, now getting ready. And this is all about timing. Know approximately what I want to do in terms of when I'm looking to actually get in. Might get it just about right, just about perfect, but it's always within a range. Okay, it's gone up again, so it's just there'll be another opportunity. That's the key thing. I can't remember who it was, but there's quite a famous trader who said most of the time the successful traders spend time waiting. Okay, so I'm not sure quite what happened there. I don't know why it didn't work. Okay, it doesn't seem to have, I don't know what happened with the platform. Okay, so just about this level. Okay, that's a bit of a nuisance actually, because when I clicked it the first time it would have been at a slightly better price. It's probably cost about £40 that. Right, now it's a case of seeing what happens. Okay, but it should just move up. It's breached this level before, this upper tram line, so there was obviously sufficient movement to the upside, and the fact that it goes up quite quickly and then comes down in 3 small increments tells me it wants to go up. So I expect some good movement quite soon. But it's very, very simple. You can see the trend. Pretty obvious. It's if you can find it and you can see the trend, all you're really looking for is you're looking for an opportunity to buy at a cheaper price. You know which way it's going. And it's edging and edging. But I think it's going to go up here somewhere. I don't think it's going to go mad. And this is why I like the 8 o'clock, because it's all over pretty quickly. Whereas with this, it can take quite a few minutes. But you can see it kind of pulsing. If you look at it, you after a while you get to sort of read it. You can see it kind of pulsing there, as if it's just testing, and then it's going to go. You can see where it's. You see this level here is exactly the same as the red bar there. So you can see it just needs to go through. It will sort of pulse and test at that level, and then it will probably just go up. You can see it's trying to go down, and it doesn't really want to go down either. So the fact that it went up to that level, even if it didn't make it, it will probably have another attempt. We wouldn't have been down 45 quid if that first attempt at buying had worked. So whatever happens here should be £40 better off. An exit would be to the downside would be if it breaks the tram line to the downside, but I think here it's going to go. We're just going to go above this level, and let's extend this. Okay, because now you can see it's actually trailing the top of the line. You can see it's trailing the top of the line, which tells me that there's there's much more impetus to the upside. It's not trending in the middle. It hasn't even trended to the bottom of the tram line and then moved up again. It really wants to move upwards. So we're partly in profit. And I'm sure it's going to go. It closed at that top. You can see, look, if you look at it, you can just see it's just dying to go. And when it goes, whatever positions are holding it there, those positions are getting filled, and then the buys will come in. That's what happens. There you go. There you go. It's got to go now soon. So it's just taking out orders, I think. There, you can see it's just testing it. And the test on the downside is actually the top of the tram line. So it really doesn't want to shift downwards. It just wants to go upwards. So now we're 50 quid, 40, 50 pounds in profit. You can see it's going up. It'll probably move quite quickly. It's going to go. Come on, it's just round there, it's just waiting to go. Okay, just want to try and get the stop loss in. Okay, that's plenty. And now protected. And let's just take the profit. And a bit slower than the 8 AM trader system, but I think I'll probably just take it there. Should be another plus £40, but there you go.